Got Styx at number 30 on my fantasy playlist. Hot rotation, if I remember correctly, on Night Tracks, although it wasn't one of their biggest hits. That song went to number 40 on Billboard's Hot 100. Talking about Music Time by Styx at number 30 on my fantasy playlist. Up one from 31, but just barely making top 40 though. And it was from the album. They put out a live album called Caught in the Act, and that was the only studio recording off that album. Caught in the Act had some of their big hits off that CD, off that album, along with some of the famous album cuts like Snowblind. Styx at number 30 on my fantasy playlist. Was watching the video a little bit and refresh my memory watching the video on Night Tracks 35 years ago. There were some brilliant scenes in that video. One thing you gotta understand, this is 1984, and some of the special effects in the video are just like, wow, man, it was the wow factor. Particularly the salad bowl scene with their heads sticking out. Although there were some disturbing scenes in that video too, I wasn't crazy about, still not crazy about, but the pastel colors of the video still looking pretty formidable, pretty awesome 35 years later. Styx with Music Time. Tommy Shaw was not crazy about this song, was not crazy about the song, and was not crazy about the video either, particularly the shot with the group members, their heads sticking out of the salad bowls and all that. He just didn't want to do that. There was a scene where he waved at the other band members from a distance, but that's about it. He was working on his solo album uh, during the time this video was being shot, or at least soon after the video was shot, when the group more or less split up as far as the original members was concerned. And boy, Girls with Guns. Remember Girls with Guns with Tommy Shaw had that grenade percussion. Boom, boom, boom. It's just, and Dance DeYoung in the fall of '84 had his solo hit, Desert Moon. Remember Desert Moon by Dance DeYoung, and there was Girls with Guns by Tommy Shaw. Both of those featured on Night Tracks back in 1984 as well. Styx, boy, they were a versatile band. I wouldn't put them up there with the Beatles and the Stones, but among the teenagers back in the late 70s and early 80s, junior high, senior high, even college, more than likely they would have a Styx album in their music collection, an album or two of Styx in their music collection. Saw a poll where in 1979 they took a poll of, I think it's like 12 to 24-year olds, or maybe 18 to 24, or maybe 12 to 18-year olds. Styx was number one. No surprise at all. Versatility was just like the Beatles and the Stones. Styx, you could count on a different sounding record, a different sounding single. They were not a generic band by any means. It was not like, oh God, they're coming out. This song sounds like this. No, it wasn't like that at all. You had the thundering guitars of Renegade and the avalanche of the sonic avalanche of sonic guitars and the angry, the futility, although the hopefulness of Blue Collar Man, which lended that song an apocalyptic feel. Man, I used to jam out a Blue Collar Man back in the fall of '78. I think it was Sing for the Day they did. Back in the winter '78, '79. Was it Sing for the Day? It was a nice song, but it was not one of their biggest hits. And there was the gentle records like Sing, and there was Babe and Lady, and some great those great singles. Lorelei was a great fantasy record. Light Up. TBC played the album cut Light Up. I remember listening to Light Up back in June of 1976, 12:30 WTBC in Tuscaloosa. I remember hearing that song on there. It's 43 years ago, but it's almost like yesterday. And I love that record. Sweet Mammoth Cell was lovely. They had some genius moments. And let's not forget the splendor, the sweeping synthesizer, the crashing guitars of Come Sail Away. Come Sail Away, a definite nod at the progressive rock of the late 60s and early 70s, almost paying homage to groups like the Moody Blues, the genius of those progressive bands back in the late 60s. Man, oh man, Come Sail Away, one of their biggest hits too. Top 10. It deserved to be top 10. So now we come to music time, and it's at number 30 on my fantasy playlist. June the 4th, 1984.